Hey guys, today we have this Gerber guitar built by Ryan Gerber from Ohio. If you'd like to skip straight to hearing how this guitar sounds, click on the timestamp in the description below. This is actually our very first Gerber guitar passing through the store. However, it is not the very first Gerber that we've played, so it came as no surprise, when we received a guitar of this caliber. So let's start with how the guitar looks. One of the first things you're going to notice is the rosette. Because it is not your traditional rosette, it is actually a carved rosette. So the wood here is 3D carved, so you can actually see all the ridges. Probably not so well on the video, but definitely head on over to our website. Link is in the description below, where we're gonna have close-up photos of the features of this guitar. And this to me is my highlight. I just love it. All right, you can just touch it. It's unfinished, gorgeous stuff. All right, and apart from that, the natural woods used are also it's just top shelf, master grade stuff. This top is a Swiss moon spruce top. Just gorgeous silking, right? Just really gorgeous silking. Very well book matched. Yeah, like little to no run out on it. And of course, the highlight is the back and sides. Again, you can't see it, but it's fully quarter sawn Brazilian rosewood. It's just this like rich, deep chocolate brown, very tight, figure, grains. You just can't find this anymore. Like people could easily, mistake this for, maybe not Indian rosewood, maybe like Madagascar rosewood, but it's, this is just a prime example of a really master grade set of Brazilian rosewood. I love it. And I love the kind of reddish tones going on here in this guitar. Red kind of sort of suits, a dark kind of rosewood look very well. So you have the red purflings throughout. You also have, it's nicely contrasted with double purfling on the side. Like, that is a lot of attention to detail and a lot of work with the double purfling, with flamed maple, the red purfling on the sides, maple purfling down the side of the neck, the red purfling on, around the fretboard. Just a lot of attention to detail. Even this sort of like reddish hue, bridge pins here, just gorgeous stuff. And of course, a very subtle thin bevel, which is great. And this guitar actually has a Menza wedge as well. So a Menza wedge is, not sure if you can see here, it's where the bass side, it's thinner than the treble side, right? Not sure if you can see that. All right, so this part's thinner, and that basically on such a big guitar, right, that actually helps a lot with the kind of shoulder tension you have here, because otherwise my arm would be out here and your shoulder can get quite tired from prolonged playing. So this one with the bevel and the Menza wedge, it makes this giant guitar more manageable. So this is actually a 16-inch lower bout. So that is big, 16 inches. And yeah, I mean the kind of waist is quite tight as well, so that kind of helps the guitar sit lower, so that your arm isn't as elevated as well. So it's very good ergonomics in this. So this model, he calls it the RL-16, the 16 for the 16 inches, and it's his biggest size guitar. So one thing that you might not know about Gerber is that his like upcharges for things are extremely affordable. Okay, I don't think I know any luthier who charges as little as he does for some crazy upgrades. Moon spruce top. Okay, I'm not gonna say how much it costs on video. If you're interested, you can drop me a DM. But moon spruce top, cheap. Carved rosette, cheap. Brazilian rosewood back and sides, cheap. All right. So maybe cheap is relative, but pretty much I don't think any other luthier on our lineup has upgrades as affordable as this. Or if there are, he is on par with them for being the lowest. So incredible value for money, and honestly, sound-wise, one of my favorite guitarists, one of my favorite guitar builders, and that actually stems from Ryan Gerber being an excellent guitarist himself. So not a lot of guitar builders know how to play the guitar or can play it well, but Ryan Gerber himself, really excellent guitarist, and that kind of translates into how he builds the guitars, because as a guitarist he knows what he's looking for in the sound, and as he plays his own guitars, I'm sure he critiques it and learns from it. And so he's been building for 10 years now, since 2012, and this is his 77th guitar. So the last time I played this was a few years ago, before COVID, when I met him in person. And even then his guitars were already incredible. This is no exception. Very, very loud, okay? Yeah, because it's a big guitar. It's very loud, but you'd be surprised. I've played some guitars even bigger than this. They can sound tiny. So he's done a good job. This guitar sounds loud, and more importantly, it's super responsive, and it's fairly balanced. All right, it's a matter of physics. When you have such a big guitar, sometimes it tends to be a bit bass heavy, a bit imbalanced. So this definitely has a bit of that weight in the bass. Okay, but apart from that, it is still very well balanced. The trebles are very prominent, and it doesn't get drowned out by the bass, and not all you're hearing is just bass, but it does have a slightly heavier bass. So if you're into the kind of like Somoji-esque thunderous bass, this actually has some semblance to it. I personally prefer a tighter, more punchy bass, but this would do. In just a few seconds, you're gonna hear how it sounds on recording, but I can't resist it. But playing just a little strum for you, so hopefully you can hear how big the bass sounds through the microphone placement now, which isn't set up for guitar playing, but here goes. Alright, so I wasn't using a pick, the sound's still going on. Just use my fingers, so obviously it's not going to be as strident as a pick, but you can hear just how full the sound is, and really huge bass. So without further ado, here's a little demo for you to hear how amazing this guitar sounds. So if you like what you just heard, please do not hesitate to reach out to us on any of our social media platforms, and we'd love to find you your dream guitar. Click the subscribe button below and stay tuned for more videos.